So I am a principal researcher at the Center on Reinventing Public Education, or CERPE. CERPE has over a 30-year history of researching really critical policy questions and systems questions in public education, and sort of proposing transformative ideas based on that research, tracking how those ideas play out in the field. We are now, after being founded at the University of Washington, part of Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College at ASU. The Learning Futures Collaborative that CERPE proposed is called Designing the New American High School. We think that ASU as the New American University is the perfect place to really dive into this inquiry on how do we design a high school model and experience that far more equitably prepares students to have fulfilling and boundless futures, especially students who've been most marginalized in our traditional systems. And we came to that sort of line of inquiry because CERPE has done some research in the past on career and technical education, and specifically kind of a new movement for CTE, where people are trying to make CTE far more engaging, not just sort of a tracked experience where you get relegated to a vocational track, but something that's far more embedded with local industry, that has a lot more applied, hands-on learning, and really can be relevant for any and every student. Still, those programs tend to be in pockets around the country, and we want to see that far more broadly across high schools everywhere. We also think that the traditional kind of duality between, you're either in a vocational track or a college track doesn't make sense anymore. Everyone is going to need applied learning experiences in the world, in industry, and in community organizations, as well as ongoing post-secondary learning opportunities throughout their lives. And so we're looking at what does high school look like if it becomes far more porous and blurred with organizations, with industry, with post-secondary institutions, so that it doesn't just stop with a diploma. Students actually, leave high schools seamlessly connected to their learning and training and work opportunities beyond. There are two big reasons why I think CERPE is focused on this question right now. One of them is an urgent question about right now. We know that coming out of the pandemic, students have widely diverse and divergent needs, and those needs are urgent. They, especially students who have graduated high school during the pandemic, we know that many of them are academically behind. They may have their diploma in hand, but we are not confident, and the evidence shows us that there's no reason to assume that those students are sort of entering into the world with the same preparation and the same readiness that students before the pandemic did. And even before the pandemic, we knew that preparation for what comes after high school was not equitably distributed. And so we're really rooted in those kind of urgent questions of right now, while simultaneously recognizing that the future is demanding far more and something actually quite different from what traditional high schools were designed to provide. With a changing economy, with so many sort of societal disruptions and changes, we're really looking also at future-oriented questions around what kind of preparation will students need, and are our schools prepared to provide that? We see this Learning Future Collaborative as an opportunity to really lay the groundwork for an ambitious research and development agenda around the New American High School. So we're spending our time over the next year asking questions like, what do we already know about what these high school models need to include? Where is it already happening? What are the barriers to providing this more equitably for students and in communities across the country? And what do we not know yet? What are the new questions that we need answers to? A year from now, I can imagine us with a research agenda that's laid out and some sort of findings that are ready, that make us smarter in order to really launch some exciting, ambitious projects and collaborations with high schools and communities around the country.